Many Filipinos are now opting for a plant-based diet, for a cleaner way of eating. But what should you keep in mind as you make the jump? Is it good for everyone? We get the answers from MedTalk Health Talks. Doc Freddie Gomez, he's not on your screens. He's here with me, right in the studio on The Final Word. Hey Doc, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much. A pleasant good evening to you, Rico, and to all your viewers. Thank you for having me.
All right. What are plant-based foods?
Okay, so plant-based foods or plant-based diet eating, for that matter, is just what it says. It's food predominantly based on plants. And when we talk about plant-based, what we're talking here is majority of what you're eating is plant-based. Gulay, it's not just fruits and vegetables, Rico. It's nuts, it's seeds, it's oil such as olive oil for that matter.
What about my favorite sisig and lechon kawali? Can it be plant-based?
It can be. There are some restaurants that do that, but the essential part, it may look like sisig and lechon kawali. Actually, we went to a restaurant that served plant-based lechon kawali. It looks like lechon with a crispy skin on it. But predominantly, it's legumes, beans, that sort of thing. Animal fat is not on the table, unfortunately.
What about the taste? They say that plant-based food is bland and it doesn't really have the original texture and taste of the real thing.
Okay, that is a very common question for that matter, Rico. And based truly, I myself have tried it and I did find it a little bland, but it is because we are just so used to food that is high in salt, high in all of these things that our taste buds are accustomed to. So my answer to that is it may seem bland at first, but give it a try, give it a chance, and that natural tasting flavor will come out and it will be very palatable. It is very tasty.
Your taste buds will really get acquainted with plant-based food. So why should we get into this kind of diet when you have already so many diets out there like keto and the South Beach diets, etc.?
That's a good question, Rico, because actually with plant-based food eating, not just large-based studies, large population-based studies, but also random clinical trials have shown that supporting a plant-based diet decreases your cholesterol, decreases your BMI, improves your overall mood, lowers those depressive feelings, those mood swings that you might
That's
you
all
might
my
have.
problems.
Diba? And all of that. But basically, it lowers all of the risks of cardiovascular disease, even stroke. There are so many benefits of shifting to a plant-based diet.
But will you get enough key nutrients, Doc Freddie, like protein, calcium, iron, and vitamin B12 in these plant-based diets?
Protein, iron, calcium, all of that is present in plants as well. There's also a long misconception about all of these proteins sa karne lang yan. It's only found in meat. But that's a misconception. With regards to vitamin 12, if you do follow a plant-based diet or even a vegetarian diet, even a vegan diet, it's always good to supplement vitamin B12. It's good for your nerves, good for your blood. But in essence, if you follow a very good, nutritious plant-based diet, you're all set.
Would you need supplements when you start your plant-based diet?
When you start off your plant-based diet, most of your nutrients will be there, but there is no harm. It's actually good to supplement, especially when it comes to the B vitamins. And I would also like to suggest supplementing on some vitamin D. Although you can get it from the sun, it's still good to have some supplemental vitamin D.
I'm sure a lot of our viewers right now, kids, adults, and senior citizens also want to find out, Doc Freddie, is this for everybody? Can my son get into a plant-based diet?
The short answer is yes. It is good for everybody.
Across the board, huh?
Across the board, yes. For kids, it is approved by pediatricians. The American Society of Pediatricians approve that. But before you do that, always consult with your doctor, consult with your pediatrician to make sure that you cover all the bases in terms of nutritional needs for your child. With adults, definitely a good benefit of lowering their cholesterol, lowering their BMI, lowering their weight, and all of this. And for senior citizens, because it lowers all of those cholesterol, it minimizes the chances of having maintenance meds. Nakakamura pa.
Oh, that's very good news, especially for our viewers who
Yes.
take maintenance meds on a daily basis.
That's right.
And of course, everybody wants to find out the cost of a plant-based diet because this was just basically discovered and manufactured only several years ago, Doc Freddie. So when you compare the cost of a plant-based diet vis-a-vis a vegetarian diet and all the other diets, how does it stack up?
When we're talking about cost here, we're talking about just having more vegetables, more fruit on your plate. And because of the market, we've seen a lot of fluctuations on that. But in general, for the whole picture, you are not really spending all that more as opposed to having a predominantly meat-based diet. And you can go even further than that by growing your own plants. So the cost is really minimal there. But of course, there's a little bit more effort on that side.
Yeah, a lot of adjustments, right?
That's right.
Do I really have to go all in if I do plant-based? Should I only do plant-based maybe for lunch and dinner and, cheat on my breakfast?
That's a good thing about plant-based diet. A lot of people think if I go plant-based, I'm the same as being a vegetarian or even being a vegan, but that's not the case. We want the bulk of your meal, of your plate, to be plant-based.
Right.
So you can go all in. That is fine if you can take it. If there's some adjustment period, you can have a little bit of meat on the side, but eventually that amount of meat will decrease more and more as you gain, as you reap the benefits of having more plants, more vegetables, more fruit in your diet.
Well, you know what? You have just convinced me, Doc Freddie. I might just start my plant-based diet. And of course, this topic will be part of your episode this coming week. Tell us more about your program.
That's right. So MedTalk Health Talk is on a new format right now. It's more vibrant, more engaging. I get to be in the action, into the topics more for the viewers. So watch out for this plant-based episode. We will talk more about how to start. Where do people start if they're interested in their health? Because at the end of the day, plant-based has been proven to make you live longer, and that's a good thing for a lot of people.
Doc, I religiously watch your program and
Thank
get
you.
tips from no less than Doc Freddie Gomez. Really excited for your new format. Thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word.
Thank you, Rico.
Well, catch more tips from Doc Freddie Gomez with MedTalk Health Talk, airing on weekdays at 3:30 in the afternoon.